Hi, this is Kento at Kamiyama Physical Therapy. Welcome to our channel.
Okay, how you doing, guys? This is Kento at Kamiyama Physical Therapy. In this video, we're going to talk about the seated hip internal rotation test. This is going to be a self-test to see how much range do you have in your hip when it comes to rotating your hips inwards. This is a common assessment that tends to be tight for many individuals, not everyone, but for many individuals. By understanding how much range you might have in your hip internal rotation, this is not to diagnose you, but to be aware of what are certain things that you may have difficulty doing. So, let's get right to it. All right, now let's get into the seated hip internal rotation test that you can do by yourself. It is probably best to do it by videotaping yourself or have a mirror in front of you to see how you're doing it, because this may include some compensation patterns that you have to know. So when you internal rotate your hip, your feet will go outwards, because it is weird. When your feet is going outwards, you would think it's turning it outwards. But if you take a look at with my hands, I'm going to put my hand, this is your hip bone. When I put my feet outwards, you'll notice that my hands or my hip bones is starting to turn inwards. By bringing that feet outwards, we're trying to figure out if you have hip internal rotation. So now this is what we're going to do now. We're going to do one right side. So I'm making sure my knees and hips are fairly out. I don't want it to be out like this or crossed over. That's not going to work very well. So you're going to be aligned with it. I might just put my hands here to make sure. And I'm going to start bringing my feet outwards, making sure that I'm not trying to use my ankle, but I'm just using my hip bones here to turn outwards as much as I can. And what you're looking for is about 45 degrees. So this is the straight line here. And if I go 45 degrees, so if I bring from here and this is 90, where the table is 90 degrees, I'm kind of looking for a halfway point. If I get that, that's great. If you do have pain with it, note that and communicate with your healthcare practitioner or anyone that you trust to get worked on. You're going to do the left side, so I'm going to put my hand here. I'm going to turn it outwards, and that's about it, right? So, I want to know a couple compensation patterns that you may have as you're doing it. One is the ankle that we first mentioned. So the person might kind of bring that toe upwards and try to get as much as they can to compensate for it. And the second is they start hiking their hip too much in order to do it. So watch me for a second. Right now I'm just using just my hip. But then another one, I'm just kind of hiking my hip to get as much as you can. See how much it looks like I have more? But a lot of movement are coming from here. So those are some two compensation patterns that you may have. We're looking for about 45 degrees if you're lacking a lot. So if you're only got about 10 degrees or so or 15 degrees or so, that is something to know. If you have a lot of range beyond 45 degrees, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you do have pain in your hips, that might be a hypermobile hip that needs a little bit of work and stability. So these are ways to assess it. If you do have a healthcare practitioner that can help you with those, please go see them and show them your findings along with this. So, hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found that helpful, and if you now are thinking that I wonder what else this person can help me with, please go to our website at www.kamiyamapt.com and find other free contents or apply to our free discovery visit to further see if we can help you. For any further information, please email us at info@kamiyamapt.com. Thank you so much.